You're trying to push your product. You're saying anything that you can that is about your product, hoping that somebody would buy from you. Again, content creation, YouTube, and so small business owners thinking of creating content to market your business, here are some deadly mistakes that you might be making that you don't even realize.
Hey guys, before we begin, just to let you know, we've got a free ebook just for you if you want to gain your first 1,000 subscribers so that you can start monetizing your channel. If you didn't know, you need 1,000 subscribers to monetize your channel. Interested? Go to the comment section and the description to download the free ebook. Now, the first mistake a lot of people make is this. When they research on what kind of YouTube videos will get the most views, the attention and stuff like that, which is all fine and dandy, they will come to realize that things like tutorials and how-to videos are very, very popular. And why is that the case? Well, it makes sense, right? Like, people use the second largest search engine in the world to find out how they can do things. It's not wrong to do videos like that every once in a while, but let me tell you a downside to doing videos like that. Think of what a how-to video is like to a viewer. He comes in, he searches how to plant a pumpkin, and he finds out, he records the step, and then once the video is done, either he go and search for other pumpkin planting tutorials or how-to videos, or he goes and plant the pumpkin. In that scenario, has that viewer paid you a single cent? Perhaps maybe on the YouTube ads, but that's about it. Now, why am I sharing with you all this? How-to videos tend to be those that are not very profitable for you because the value is all just in the video and it's very what I call touch and go. So what kind of content should you be doing instead? Now, let me remind you, how-to videos are not wrong to do. You just got to keep them to a minimum. What should you be doing or what type of videos? Two kinds, what videos and why videos. Now, let me start with what videos. What videos essentially is just you explaining terms, explaining things in your field. So let's say for myself, I do investing content in my other channel, my main channel, and I explain to people some technical terms and jargons. Now, why do I do that? Well, what I'm doing is I'm positioning myself as an authority. If I'm able to explain what seems like complex terms, complex jargons, it come across to the viewer that I'm someone who knows what I'm talking about. What is the benefit of that? Well, the benefit is that since I can be seen as authority, not everyone will see me as authority, but since a group of people do see me as an authority, in the future, if I were to come up with a product, maybe it's a book, maybe it's a digital course like how I've done, perhaps a physical course where I train people like a seminar, they are more likely to come simply because they know, hey, this channel really knows what they're talking about. So it's the first kind of content instead of just how-to contents, right? So number one is what. Number two is why. Now, why content is exactly the name suggests, is telling people why they should do X, why they should not do Y. Now, this sort of content helps break down certain assumptions, or it helps illuminate certain things that people should be knowing about. So let me give you an example. In the fitness world, everyone knows, right? You need to eat less unhealthy food and exercise more. But there's a big chunk on the community and just the information at large out there whereby people say, hey, as long as you exercise, you can lose a lot of weight. Now, if you study yourself, you will know there are reliable experts out there that say exercise has a much lower effect than you think. You can exercise all you want and that's not going to help you lose weight. Now, they'll go on and on about why, because there's only so much calories you can burn when you exercise, whereas other methods might help you more. Now, once you explain why exercise won't actually help you lose weight, or the effect's really small, what have you done to the viewer? If the viewer believes that exercising is the way to lose weight, what have you done? You have busted a myth. You have subtly corrected him. And so now there is a void in terms of his understanding. Now he's like, okay, I want to lose weight. I thought exercising was the way to lose weight. Mr. Expert here has told me why exercising is not the best way to lose weight. What in the world will help me lose weight? Now suppose that channel was smart enough and they said the way to lose weight is to actually eat healthily. And so perhaps they create a specific cookbook that allows people to eat high nutrition but low calorie foods. What's going to happen in that scenario is that the guy who now has a void, who's like, what's the answer? What's the answer? Is going to be like, oh, so that's the answer. Oh, you have a cookbook? Oh, maybe I'll get a cookbook. And guess what? They're more likely to pay you actual dollars and cents for that just because you did a why content. Now, there's a lot more to say about this, but to summarize, 1, focus less on how-to contents, focus more on what content so that you are seen as an expert, and then also focus more on why contents so that you can actually break down some of the misunderstandings people can have and thereby introducing your solution, your product to their issues.
So another way to think about it is this. Now, I teach kids and teens and even moms on how to start their YouTube. Can you imagine if I do a how video? Do you think they'll really be able to do whatever the video is asking them to do? Chances are no. Most of the time, if everybody who watches a how-to videos, let's not talk about a simple how-to like solving computer issues. Let's talk about something big, all right? If everybody watches a how-to videos to do something, well, then everybody will be an expert. Actual learning takes place when you're able to join programs such as our mentorship program so that you can really gain the skill and then go from there. Now, of course, how-to videos are great, but if you do too much of your how-to videos, then you're actually in some ways giving your secrets away, and the worst thing is that people don't even know how to use your secret.
And they won't even appreciate it because it's free.
They might see your advice or your how-tos, your tutorials as just a generic way of solving things that might not work. So one of the ways to work smart is to keep it to yourself, and like what MJ said, establish yourself as an authority instead of giving all this free how-to every single time.
And remember, the how-to, going back to like the fitness example that I was talking about, the weight loss example, the how-to is actually there. It's in the book where people pay you money for it. So again, your how-to should usually be the bridge between people's problem and people's desired outcome, and that how-to is where you need to see your cash register ring.
Now, the next mistake that you might be doing in your content creation is you're thinking too much on push marketing. What you need to be doing instead is pull marketing. So what's the difference? Push marketing is basically you're trying to push your product. You're saying anything that you can that is about your product, hoping that somebody would buy from you. Again, content creation, YouTube, and even when you adapt the content to TikTok and Instagram, those are not ad. Those are supposed to be the organic content that will help you to compound in views and as well as your audience. So what you need to do instead when doing content is to think pull marketing, where you pull the audience to you. So instead of saying how great your product is, you want to talk about things that helps them. Can you imagine if, let's just say, in this video, our title and our thumbnail is talking about our mentorship program, where as soon as you click onto the video, all we talk about is just how we can do this for you, how we can do that for you. Those are the things that you're not going to be interested in, even though it's the solution you're looking for. So in terms of content creation, the approach that you need to think about is how do you create content that draws people in that will be useful to them. So this means you have to change the way you think, change the way you deliver, and don't be too salesy in your content marketing platforms. The sales will eventually come in later down the road. So once you pull people in with the content that they want to know, and that's where you can do a little bit of plug-in.
That's it, guys. A little bit of push marketing is not wrong as well. Speaking of that, guys, we have a mentorship program where we work with you one-on-one on your business issues when it comes to using social media. If you want to work with us, just apply for it in the comment section or the description.
Now, the next mistake you might be doing is that you're too brand oriented, which means you have some kind of a shield, some kind of a wall. You're trying to represent something and you're not casual enough. You're not human enough. The human presence, the charms, the personality is not quite there. Now, as AI is taking over the world, the need for human interaction, the human spirit is going to be much more important. Can you imagine if, let's just say, you go to TikTok to see a brand of a small business and all it has is just very templated graphics that is delivered in a very robotic fashion and you can't even relate at all? When it comes to content creation, even like this, as small business owners, you need to put yourself in front out there so that people can feel you. Even you yourself, you know that you are the heart of the business, whether if it's a chiropractor or a physical therapist or a wedding consultant, people buy from you is because of who you are, your knowledge, your expertise. So when you want to do pull marketing, when you're doing your organic content, you don't want to just record yourself and say you are representing who, and you are too formal and you can't let people feel who you really are. The business of content creation is where people want to feel the human personality, even if you are selling. Because if they can feel you more, don't you think they're going to be much more warmer towards you? So try not to be too brand oriented.
So the next thing when it comes to creating content is that as much as possible, be specific in the kind of content that you're doing. So let me give you an example. Let's go back to using a fitness example. Many people who create content on fitness, what they say, well, I'm in the fitness industry, or I'm here to teach you how to be fit, how to lose weight, things that are very, very generic. If you want to excel in content creation, you need to go deeper and more specific than that. So let me give you an example. Instead, the people who do well in the fitness industries, they are so specific to this point. For example, there's this famous guy called Greg O'Gallagher, right, in the fitness industry. And he's not just telling you how you can be fit and look good. He says that I'm here to train you how you can obtain a Hollywood body. That's very, very specific. Let me use another example. A friend of mine online teaches women how to be fit after giving birth, postpartum fitness. Now that again is very, very specific. So in short, once you are specific, then you can actually attract the specific and the right kind of potential clients. So again, going back to if you have a product or a service they're offering, people are more likely to give you money if you are more specific. As usual, guys, if you like this kind of content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if you agree or disagree in the comments as well. Also, if you want like other type of videos that you want us to do, right, so that you can get yourself educated.
So the next mistake that you might be making is that you're not keeping it simple. It's very difficult to keep things simple, especially when you're running a business and you want to promote something. So same goes with video. You might be thinking of doing too much for your video, putting in too many messaging, try to address this, try to address that, and then your video suddenly just become too complicated. Nobody likes a complicated video. A good video is where once somebody clicks on your thumbnail, you let them know the objective, and then you clearly deliver the message. So how do you keep things simple? Did you notice that most of the channels, whether if it's on TikTok, Instagram, on YouTube, their videos, their content ideas are all just broken down into small little chunks, and they don't have to feel pressure of not delivering the full idea because they can always do it in the next one. And as you do more videos that are all about simple ideas related to your business, then you will have a collection of videos that people want to check out because they know a video is not just going to be able to solve things. Just like Matt Lavers, you can go to our YouTube channel and find that there's many aspects that you can solve that will help you in your journey. So the mistake that you don't want to make for your content creation is you don't want to make things too complicated. Just do simple videos to start with. It'll also help with building momentum.
Yeah, don't confuse your audience. Alright guys, thanks for staying all the way until the end. Thanks for the support. Again, if you like this kind of content, come watch. It's all here. Follow us on our other social media pages and see you in the next video.